Viewers and subscribers, this is BVI Channel 1, where we tell you undiluted truth, exposing the impunity of the Nigerian state. You also have been on the know about Emefiele travel, his current problem. When he be say they don't bag him, they don't arrest him. Some of you don't understand the depth of corruption that is happening in the financial system. But this man, when he be say in from what they call NDIC, Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation, una here say they withdrew the license of some microfinance bank. Oh yeah, make una take una ear. See how this country is punishing poor Nigerians.
Nigerians, I will speak, even if today is the last day I will spend in this world. I want you to know that the battle Asiwaju is fighting to rid this country of endemic corruption is a battle that cannot be left in his hand alone. Every head of parastatals in Nigeria must stand up to let him know the rot in your own establishment. I tell you, NDIC stinks. There's a lot of rot going on. They say when you fight corruption, corruption fights you. Now, the document you see in my hand is one of the ways the corruption engineers in Nigeria are fighting back. Now, this is the purported new act of the NDIC. And I tell you for nothing, this is Emefiele's act. I tell you because here they have taken away the powers of Mr. President in respect of the NDIC. Let me start by telling you the mandate of the NDIC. The NDIC is set up as an independent agency of government to ensure that depositors' money is protected in all the banks and all financial institutions, to protect it so that Nigerians can be protected from the misbehavior of bank directors, whether in conspiracy with the CBN or when they are acting alone. That is why the NDIC has been set up as an independent body to ensure that depositors do not cry even when banks fail. So there are 4 mandates. The first mandate of the NDIC is to guarantee Nigerians who have deposits in all these banks that relax, be calm, your deposit is safe. Number 2 is to inspect the banks, because prevention is better than cure. To go around the various banks and ensure that the banks are not messing around with depositors' fund, to ensure that creditors are, those who are borrowing money from the banks are those who have the capacity to pay, and to ensure that the bank is run in the right way to bring about the happiness and the wellness of depositors. That's our second mandate, to go to the banks and ensure that we prevent collapse. Now, the third mandate is whenever the central bank eventually declares that a bank has failed, the NDIC, without interference of anybody, should go there and resolve what is happening. What do? You begin to gather the data of depositors with the aim of ensuring that depositors get the sum that is meant for them. For example, if a microfinance bank fails, for instance, we first pay them 200,000. Even if they have more than that, we are going to liquidate the assets of the banks. We are going to go after those who are owing the bank, and we are going to now make sure that we pay back the balance. But I tell you, that is not what is happening now. They've taken over. The cabal have taken over NDIC, and they took this particular act to the former President Buhari 48 hours to his leaving office. They knew at that time that the man was so busy and he would not be able to read everything they have put here. Therefore, they got him to sign it. Now, I tell you another thing. Another fraud was committed. This document that was signed is materially different from the vote and proceedings of the National Assembly that passed it. Anytime Mr. President assents to a bill that is materially different from what was passed by the Senate and the House of Rep. It means there's a material omission, and that law was not matured for assent. There's a need for the incoming for the new administration that is here by the grace of God to return this act to the National Assembly when it is proclaimed that they should investigate and allow National Assembly members to debate whether they will voluntarily say no member should represent the 6 geopolitical zones in the new board. We should allow the management to be the ones doing whatever they like without anybody monitoring them. Okay, we said the NDIC is supposed to be independent. Whether with the additional 35 sections, they can take away that independence by putting us in the pocket of the Central Bank of Nigeria. This is not the NDIC I want to work with. This is not the NDIC that will guarantee payment to Nigerians. No wonder there are thousands of petitions right on my table. Do you know what they do? Among the so-called microfinance bank that they said have failed, it is a fraud. Many of these banks that have been closed are liquid, they are viable. Many of them are owned by Nigerians who wanted to assist the poor. But these people, out of their fraud, they closed them. And there are sections under the new law by which they can take over their property, by which they can transfer their deposit to their own, microfinance institutions. I tell you, Nigerians, let's cry out. Let's cry for this nation. Let's cry. Let's cry. There's corruption. There's corruption. There is vices. We must shout. We must not allow it to see the light of the day. Mr. President, don't act. Don't act on the new NDIC Act.
You see, I just had to do an extract of what the man said. If you want to watch in full what he said, go to BVI Channel 1 Plus, add plus PLUS. It is on our page, on our YouTube channel page. You see BVI Channel 1 Plus. Go there, we'll be publishing everything as a day so that you go hear every detail. But I just extracted this for you to see the impunity in the system you call Nigeria. Every part of Nigeria, every parastatal, every department, every ministry is embellished with corruption. But one thing I disagree with him is hoping that the man in Aso Rock, occupying Aso Rock, will fight corruption. I doubt it. No, how can darkness fight darkness? You cannot introduce darkness to dispel darkness. No, I don't believe that. I am not expecting Tinubu to fight corruption because they are corruption personified. If not for corruption and impunity, there is no way he can be occupying that seat today. So don't expect anything, no. I don't expect anything, no. Just like Buhari that came on the heels of fighting corruption. We saw how corruption became an institution in this country. They have consolidated impunity in the name of governance. I don't expect anything much. He is busy gagging the former CBN because of what he believed CBN governor did against him during the election. Not because he wants to fight any corruption. So, Mr. Man, you can cry all the way, all the hell like I know that the thing don't they touch your corner. Now I make you they speak out. Other people can speak out, but I tell you, I expect nothing from this corrupt, infected governance under APC. That is me. That is my take. If you believe there is anything good that can come out of it, oh yeah, it's up to you. It's up to you. It's up to you. But I don't believe anything good can come out of this government in terms of fighting corruption in the Nigerian system. What do you think? What do you make of this? What do you think that a financial institution like CBN, and just like the man, you know, they are the ones that protects and ensures your deposit in the bank to make sure that you don't lose your money. This microfinance bank, who are those using microfinance bank? Na peasants, so na farmers, so na traders, just small traders, roadside traders, mechanic that use for microfinance bank. These are the people, their deposits are under threat. So many people are not even aware that their microfinance banks have been withdrawn, their licenses have been withdrawn. And according to him, It is corruption personified. So you see how bad the system Nigeria, you call Nigeria, is. Well, it's up to you Nigerians. That is why you see me fight. That is why you see me advocate for good governance. That is why it can only take men and women of character who their way is pure and genuine, who attain the position of authority through genuine process. They are the only ones that can genuinely fight and stop this impunity. And I can tell you, every Nigerian will be touched by this very corruption. He's being touched, not will be touched, because people are already dying for the sake of this impunity in the system. Yes, whether you are Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, Fulani, or whether you are from the east, north, west, and south, whether you are a Christian, Muslim, or even a traditional worshipper, we are all victims of this corrupt system. Until we stand together to fight it head on, my brother, there is no hope for you. It doesn't matter what you are agitating for or where you're coming from. That is the simple truth. I'm only a voice, an advocate for good governance. Stick with me. Let us build a powerful society that can rescue us from these charlatans within the corridors of power. Please help me share this video and open the eyes and consciousness of more Nigerian people. Bye-bye for now. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not for more video updates.